next bout of the evening is in the Maverick Women's Strawweight Division. First, fighting out of the blue corner. She stands 5 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in at 113.1 pounds. Fighting out of Quintella MMA and hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Bang Bang Sandy Chheng. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She stands 5 foot even, weighed in at 115 pounds. Fighting out of Finishers MMA and hailing from Denville, New Jersey, Marissa Poison Ivy Heckman.
Professional rules here. Everything goes. Sandy Chheng, Marissa Heckman. Here we go. Chheng standing tall in the center there.
Takedown by Sandra.
A very bad position to be in for Heckman this early on.
But she's worked this position before, so she knows what to do.
Yeah, remember though, she hasn't had to deal with the ground and pound from the top previously, and Chheng wasting no time trying to sink in that choke. It doesn't look deep enough right now, but here we go. These are those shots from the top.
Yeah, Marissa's doing a good job of tying those hands up, not allowing that choke to come in. But she's got to be a little bit more active.
Yeah, Chheng doing everything that she should be doing right here. Being relaxed in the dominant position, hips up high. If Marissa could see right now, she could plant and get out of the back, because Chheng is a little bit high, and all that Heckman has to do really is get that right knee on the mat, and she can start sliding out of the back. But again, you don't always know what to do when you're in that position. It's easy for us to see, it's easier said than done.
And these rounds are a little bit longer than Heckman's used to.
A lot longer when you think about it. You're going from 6 minutes to 15 minutes.
Yeah, and Marissa's doing the best she can right now, but like you said, it's much easier said than done. Someone's pounding on your face, trying to throw a choke in, you know?
You know, and Chheng looks very composed right now. She honestly looks very relaxed. It's kind of scary. She has the body triangle locked in. Heckman can't really do much with the body triangle other than try to get her higher on her hips, maybe slip out the back.
She keeps threatening with that choke.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you keep threatening with the choke, you stop the person from moving out because they have to address that. But that being said, like I mean, to get the choke from this position specifically,
Marissa's got work to do. She's got to roll to the right here and get the that lock leg on the bottom there, as she is. She's turning to the right there. She's got to get that leg broken free and then start fighting the hands and come out.
That hair of Marissa keeps getting in the way.
I don't know if it's legal to use the hair.
It's not. No, she can't pull on it if that's what you mean. No.
Sandy Chheng just imposing her will from the top.
Yeah, what she's doing good too. She's not using a lot of energy, you know?
Yeah.
She's controlling the whole position the entire round, preserving the energy if it goes another round, and this has been a brutal, brutal round for Heckman.
Yeah, at the same time, though, Chheng could be using more of her energy to throw some strikes, go for some submissions. I mean, she doesn't really need to relax here in the first round.
That's true. That's a good point.
She's not really being punished. When you say brutal round, it's just on points.
More of just controlled. She's being controlled.
Yeah,
right now,
on points, it is brutal for sure. She's going to come out of this round with limited damage, but she's going to have an awakened perspective that she cannot let this girl get on top of her and control. I mean, listen, Marissa's done tons of damage in the Maverick heptagon.
And there she goes.
And I love that, watching this girl fight over the years, she gets angrier and more vicious as the rounds go on. So I'm sure the fire's lit right now for Marissa Jean Heckman.
Look at
And there's a slam
Nice double.
to end the first round here on top and to make a case. Using her raw strength right now,
Look at
some
those.
punches from the top. Marissa Heckman. It wasn't cheap, it was free.
There you go.
Round two here. Sandy Chheng, Marissa Heckman, 115 pounds. Women's professional fight. Heckman in the green, Chheng in the gray.
Yeah, and Chheng definitely looks a little bit winded. She looks a little fatigued right now, to be honest.
Maybe.
You might be right with that grappling.
I haven't seen her enough to know, but I do know that Heckman's down for the long haul. It's hard to get a takedown on Heckman. She's a very strong base. Very high quality training. I mean, she's literally training against men regularly.
And a good attempt by Sandra to go back in for a takedown. She had early success last round. Smart on her end.
Yeah, definitely. I am a little surprised that they went into the clinch right away. I would like to see these girls standing a little bit more, checking their distance, maybe landing some shots.
Heckman keeping Chheng up against the cage here. That shows the heptagon control.
Yeah, and Heckman just doing a Heckman thing with a good corner slam. Is it weird for you saying Heckman?
It's a heck of a job.
It's a heck of a job right now. I love to see a Heckman in the Maverick cage right now, and she's doing everything she needs to do to secure points for this round. Sandy Chheng's not out of it, though, by any means. I mean, she did a dominant, good job in the first round, and still got a lot of fight left here.
Yeah, and Heckman's returning the favor of that first round.
Yeah, 100%.
Still a lot of time left in the round.
Yeah, I would love to see some elbows from the top right here, if possible, from Heckman.
Oh, she's working a choke.
She is working the choke. I don't know though.
It looks tight.
She's arching.
Yeah, it looks tight.
I don't think it's gonna take.
She's got to really drive some pressure into her.
From what I see, like, the angle isn't enough to create the leverage you need to block off the airways or to do a blood choke. you know, that's really why people tap. It's either a blood choke or an airway choke that'll make you tap or you pass out. And to get that angle, you need to be able to lean back a little bit. And against the cage, it's not easy, but Sandra Chheng here looking to get some position. Didn't do much for herself right there.
Yeah,
Heckman looks very comfortable.
Yeah, it wasn't a great mat return right there. She kind of pulled her weight back onto her. Heckman just keep turning in. She'll come up on top here.
Just about 1:30 left in the round. Still a lot of time. I'd like to see Heckman start using some elbows here.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like, the elbows are underutilized from this position. And, you know, this is a debut pro fight for Heckman. And also, Sandy Chheng only has one fight. They're going to look at this in the future and see the openings. I mean, like I said many times tonight, it's easy for us to see it at home or cage side. When you're in it, you may not realize. But a post up, putting your palm on that person's chest, dropping the elbow down with weight, I mean, it's going to hurt. It's going to score points. And Heckman has that available to her this whole time. You can generate so much power with the elbow.
A elbow.
God damn it, you're good.
Heck of a bow.
There you go.
And sometimes when you're a fighter, you get in there and sometimes you're not thinking, you know what I mean? You're not as there, present as you've been in the past.
Well, as they say, you know, like when it comes down to it, you fall back to your training and your instincts. So you have to develop your instincts. So what you fall back to is the appropriate movement.
Right, yep.
And you can only develop that through time and practice and literally pure pain in the gym.
Yep,
you know?
absolutely.
Great.
This fight is a great test for both of these pro fighters early on in their careers, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, again, matchmaker Stephen Bird, he's probably sitting home right now, sitting on his couch watching us, drinking his Pinot Noir, eating a bucket of popcorn and, you know, enjoying the fruits of his labors, putting together a great fight here.
We're proud of him. Hope he's proud of himself.
He's trying to bounce back from that Kyrie Irving status.
Eric Kowal, man of the times. You know, Sandy Chheng looks like she's a little bit tired right now, not as explosive. And you called it earlier, Matt, that she had a little bit of like wind left in her tank, but it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, you
we'll
can
see.
A lot of times when you can kind of tell when someone isn't a big grappler. You know, their body language gives it away a little bit. You know, that's just, and I've been around the sport for 20 years. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I know that. But yeah, she kind of had that tell there that she was a little bit winded.
Yeah, I want to see her strikes have more aggressive tendency on them. But right now, Marissa just looks good. She just looks safe and sound. Big overhand right.
Another one.
Oh, big overhand.
Two rights landed in that exchange. And Heckman's walking her down right now, changing levels. I think Heckman knows she's in the lead right now. That's obvious in this round.
Yeah, and I think after that first round where Heckman came up on top, I think that really changed the momentum of the fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, from there, she came out and did very well in the second round, arguably 10-9 round. And now Sandy Chheng has a lot to say if she wants to win this fight with 3 minutes left in the third final round.
Yeah, I'd like to see Sandy throw a little bit more hands. She's got to get those hands a little more active than they've been.
Yeah, I know Sandy is an amazing striker. She's very powerful strikes, and she just needs to do something right now to get Heckman off of her. And Heckman just ate a couple of her punches and wasn't phased. Came back with a big right of her own. Sandy taking a shot, but it was a very weak shot. No setup at all.
Yeah, that was a get away from me shot. You know?
It was, and unfortunately, Heckman was not phased by that. Sandy Chheng right now in the corner, holding on to Heckman. Good break here. 2 minutes left to go in the third and final round here. Heckman in the green, Chheng in the black and gray.
This fight could be pretty even. I mean, somebody's really got to do something here to kind of stand out from the other fighter.
Yeah,
You never know how these judges are going to go.
If it was me, I think Heckman has just been more active, just activity-wise. Heckman has been fighting more.
Yeah, I think she's landed definitely the bigger shots and more shots this round. Just keeps landing that overhand right. So right there, she's landing a lot more. Sandra needs to start getting her punches going.
Yeah, also Chheng, when she goes for that shot, she has to take a second or third step. Drive through.
Yep. Yeah, she kind of just stops, you know what I mean? She hits the legs and stops.
Yeah, she's taking some punishment. You can see it on her face. It's starting to swell up now.
When Heckman throws that right, you can see it. She kind of like winds it up.
Yeah, it's definitely a looping wide right, but it's been landing home.
Yeah, she's throwing that 106-mile-an-hour fastball like Nolan Ryan.
Yeah. And you don't know what the heck is coming, man, when she throws it.
Look at Heckman using like a shoulder shrug.
Little Conor McGregor action there.
Yeah. It works, man. If you've ever been in that tight clinch, you get hit with a shoulder, you're like, whoa, bro.
Oh, good body shots there. Nice
That's how he finished Cerrone.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3 more rounds and we go to the judges' scorecard. Judges Koflesh, Crook, and Monsky all scored the fight 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, Marissa Poison Ivy Heckman.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Marissa Heckman. Marissa, 1-0 as a professional. You came into Maverick, you became a professional. How does it feel?
It feels great. It's everything I ever wanted.
Yeah, you came in, that first round was really tough. She was very strong against you, but you rallied at the end of it. You had that takedown, some good blows. How did that change your momentum going into the second and then the third fight?
It made me realize that I could do it because I just kept calm and knew that I'd make it up. I just had to cover my neck.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, any shout-outs for your team or anybody at home?
Yes, I'd like to thank all my training partners at Finisher MMA and the Mat Club, my coaches, Scott Heckman, Ricky Nuno, Jeff Marks, Zach Mikowski. I can't thank them enough.
Yeah. We love your team. We love you. We're looking forward to getting back in here. Congratulations on your performance. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Marissa Heckman.